and thank you so much for being here. I'm Andrea Kovacs. I am Vice President for Marketing at Albertus Magnus College, and it is absolutely my pleasure to welcome you all to the first in our Tavia Teller Business and Leadership series, lecture series, honoring our diversity. We have a wonderful, wonderful panel of speakers with us this morning, which I will actually have our moderator introduce to you. But I also want to make sure that as you are here today, do not leave any food. I get very nervous when people are hungry on my watch, so you have to make sure everybody eats here. I want to make sure that you mark your calendars also for the second in our series. If you are a freshman, this name will be very familiar to you. Carlos Ayer will be here on October 13th, and we will be discussing his book, Winning for Snow and Havana. Also, in honor of Hispanic Heritage Month, we are participating in a wonderful program at the Peabody Museum, which is a day of dance and music and food and festivities, and Albertus Magnus College will be there whooping it up with the best of them. I don't actually speak Spanish, so I whoop as the best I can come up with. So sorry, Christine. What's that? Oh, I'm sorry, that's Saturday, October 15th. So if you're a student here on campus and you're wondering what you should do on Saturday, October 15th, that's exactly what you should do. You should stop by the marketing office. We'll run a shuttle back and forth. I'm kidding about that, but if you'd like to volunteer for that also, it's a fun thing that we'd love to have you do. I'm going to begin by welcoming our moderator and introducing her to you. I would hope that you all know Professor Christine Atkins. She has been really incredibly helpful to me and to my team in putting activities together for this month, and I appreciate all of her feedback and input. So sorry about that. All of her feedback and input as we developed the program and thought about who we might want to have on the panel and questions we may want to ask people. Dr. Atkins is the Assistant Professor of Foreign Languages here at Albertus Magnus College, and she joined our college community in 2008. She earned her PhD in Spanish and Portuguese from Yale University in 1999, where her field of concentration was contemporary Latin American literature. She holds her master's from Yale and a master's and bachelor's from the University of Chicago. She is also the director of our honors program here at Albertus Magnus College, and doing a marvelous job reviving and making even more interesting the honors program activities. So if you are a student and you think you're kind of smart, you should definitely speak to Dr. Atkins and see how that honors program may actually fit into your curriculum. Dr. Atkins will be our moderator today, and I welcome you to the podium to introduce our panelists. Thank you, Andrea. President McNamara, Dr. O'Connell, colleagues, Albertus Magnus students, alumni, and members of the community, I welcome you to today's program, The Latino Experience in Connecticut. This panel is the first of two events, as Andrea mentioned, at the college, scheduled during Hispanic Heritage Month, to honor and celebrate the culture and traditions of Hispanos in the United States that trace their roots to Spain, Mexico, and Spanish-speaking nations of Central America, South America, and the Caribbean. In a press release dated September 15, 2011, President Obama stated, and I quote, "America is a richer and more vibrant country because of the contribution of Hispanics. And during National Hispanic Heritage Month, we celebrate the immeasurable impact they have had on our nation. Hispanics have had a proud and positive influence on our country through their strong commitments to family, faith, hard work, and service. They have enhanced and shaped our national character with century-old traditions that reflect the multi-ethnic and multicultural customs of their community. They are doctors and lawyers, activists and educators, entrepreneurs and public servants, and brave service members who defend their way of life at home and abroad. The future of America is inextricably linked to the future of our Hispanic community." On campus, we recognize the tremendous contributions of such a diverse, yet deeply connected population. On that note, I'd like to introduce our panel. Emilio Perez, Director of Admissions at Albertus Magnus College. Ulysses Arribadia, Vice President and General Manager of Univision Telefutura. And Margarita Brown, a member of the class of 2012 at the college and president of our Spanish club. Welcome. I'm going to ask some questions that may or may not direct individually, or you may answer as you see fit, okay? And I will leave time at the end for questions, okay? Milvia Ulysses and Margarita took your first name. Milvia Ulysses and Maggie, please tell us a little bit about yourself, your heritage, your background.
I'll start. Good morning, everyone. My name is Milvia Perez. I was born in Brooklyn, New York, but my parents are immigrants from the Dominican Republic. So I grew up in a very vibrant culture where we love eating plátanos, playing baseball, and of course, family and partying. So as I grew up, I was able to enjoy all those aspects of a lot of Dominicans and students from or people from other cultures in New York City. So that's one of the things that I enjoyed most about my childhood. I came to college in Connecticut in 1998 and graduated in 2002. And I've been a member of this community here at Alberta since 2004. Recently received my master's in leadership from college, and I'm very blessed to say that I'm the director of admission at Alberta.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Margarita Brown, 90 for short. I was born in Lima, Peru, and my mom is also from Lima, Peru.
Her mom is here today.
It was a little tough for me, actually. My mom came to the United States when I was 11 years old. So I was actually raised with my grandparents in a big house with my other family. 11-year-old, in high school, missing mom, trying to deal with who I am, do homework, activities. But I was lucky enough for Mother's Day in 2006. I gave her a big surprise for her. And after 7 years, I came to the United States for the first time. I was still a senior in high school, and I was tough. I came from a mom. I met my father, who was a wonderful man, and I loved him so much. But I had to go back to school because I was a senior. I went back, and because of my green card, I needed to be here for 6 months. So we talked to my principal, because I was a honor student in high school. She gave me 3 months off for school. But it wasn't that much. I had to send homework back and forth, email, fax. In the meantime, I was taking some grammar classes in Secretary University. On October, I came back to Peru. I graduated in December with honors. And in 2007, I permanently came here to live. And I remember the first week I came here, my dad told me, you should go and do more. Go to college better since you know the education here, how it is. And I remember it was the last day to register at Latino Community College. I went there like around 8 in the morning. I left the school around 3 p.m. I had to do test after test, English and math. And at the end, they gave me recalc and also English 101. And I was a little scared. English 101, I don't know too much. So I took 1 level left, and I took my skill 6. I graduated with honors. I was the collator promotion, circulation, studying newspaper horizon. And recently, last year, I transferred to Alberta, where I'm doing creative writing and minor business. So.
Well, my name is Ulysses. I was born in New York. My parents moved to Puerto Rico when I was 10. Once I graduated from high school, I was at a crossroads and had to make a decision whether to go to college or to find a way to make a living. Couldn't afford college, so I made a decision that I wanted to join the Army. I wanted to be a helicopter pilot, the War Office. I had an uncle that was stationed in Louisiana that said I can help you with the recruiter and take all the necessary testing to see if you qualify. So I moved to Louisiana. Rather shocking, I landed in New Orleans, and he was stationed in a place called Fort Polk, Louisiana, next to the Ritter, Louisiana. And I had to take what I call treetop aerodrome, where all you see is the top of the trees. Got a little scary because I didn't see anybody serving drinks, and I noticed that the guy flying the plane was much younger than I was. So it was shocking, needless to say. I had forgotten how to speak English, read English, write English. So landed, took the test, passed all the tests, got cold feet. They said if you didn't pass flight school, we would put you in the infantry. Well, I didn't want to be on the ground. It was at the end of the Vietnam era. I'd rather be in the air, so I decided not to join. He retired and moved to Houston, Texas. Then he started to run a convenience store, one of the largest convenience stores in Houston. Lord and behold, I became the assistant manager at the graveyard shift. So from there, a short period after that, I was convinced from one of the members to join their team, becoming a route salesperson, selling dry goods to the same convenience store that I worked for. Eventually, I made a decision that I had 3 strikes against me. I was a minority, I had a language barrier, I didn't have a formal education. So I put a plan together. Who talked to me about a plan together? I have a plan. So the plan was that I had to be smarter, I had to work harder, I had to be more better in relationship building with people in order to get to where I needed to be. Short period after that, I made another decision. I said, I have to be known for what I know versus be known for who I am. That was going to be my edge. So I became good at what I did. Short period after that, I got a call from the largest food wholesaler in the country recruiting me. They wanted me on board. They had heard that I was good at what I did. Needless to say, I am grateful to Wiley Reed for giving me the opportunity. I was the first minority manager. I was the only individual without a formal education. From there, I moved to South Texas. I invite you all to go to South Texas, 8 miles from the Mexican border. They have the best Mexican food. There, I established what's called a DSD program, the largest grocery chain, with a direct delivery service program. That's what DSD is. And eventually, they asked me to travel across Texas. I refused. I said, I love it here. It's 99% Hispanic, great Mexican food. I'll find a job. I did. I started to sell catastrophic insurance disease door to door. Believe it or not, to be able to pay my rent, to be able to have food on the table. Eventually, I met a young lady at a radio remote. She said, we're hiring. And I said, well, I didn't know that you guys sold commercials. Needless to say, I fell into media by accident. I had my worst career of the year, that first year. Didn't know what I was doing. Eventually, I became director of sales in a short period of time at 3 top radio stations in South Texas. Fortunately, I had a sister that was diagnosed with terminal cancer in New Jersey. From one day to the next, made a decision to come to the East Coast. No job. Just packed a small U-Haul trailer for clothes, winter clothes, from South Texas. And started to walk around New York City applying at all the TV and radio stations. Over 11 years was after 9/11. Eventually, I met a gentleman that said,
Could I just a slight addendum to Margarita's comments? I wanted to share what she shared in our class. Margarita, do you mind if I do that?
Well, Professor.
You welcome for it? Sometime very soon, like October 19th, she will become a citizen of the United States.
That gave me goosebumps. As citizens, following up on that, as citizens of the United States, as students, as entrepreneurs, as businessmen here in Connecticut, how important is being bilingual?
I'll start. Oh, I think it's extremely important, and not just bilingual English, Spanish, but multiple languages as well. We live in a society where we're very respectful of other people's cultures and other people's backgrounds, and we try to accommodate all of that. And I think that, especially in my situation, when I meet with a family that is predominantly Spanish speaking, there's a comfort level from that family to myself when I'm talking to them and I'm trying to guide them, I'm trying to give them advice. And I think that that comfort level comes across genuine, because I understand where they are and what they're looking for. So not just professionally, but I think also in a more of a human element. It just gives people a sense of a comfort and home type of a feeling, and it allows them to open up and to really seek other people and get help if they need it. So I think that the relationship aspect to it, I think is extremely important. So I encourage students to always, always, always find a second language, find a third language if you can, and embrace it, and really get to know people from other areas.
I have to agree with you saying. It has opened so many doors for me. When I was in Satanic, God reasons, I met this woman. Actually, my mom met this woman, and she was part of the Peruvian club. And I got involved with that club. And in Richmond Library, she asked me one day, would you like to be the leader of the book club in Spanish? And I was a little shocked. They were older than me. I was 17 years old. I didn't know that much. And I started working my way through that. I started explaining in Spanish. My professors all the time asked me. I was so happy to write an article actually in Spanish. And also when me and my mom usually go to church, we actually go to a Brazilian church. And I also speak Portuguese too. So not only bilingual, trilingual tuition helped me so much in that. We go sing in Portuguese, and it opens so many barriers for us. Anybody, like you're saying right now, it's good to learn another language. It's important. They ask in so many companies when you go to apply to have different languages, to have a different communication with different people. You're not only going to be Americans, you're going to be Brazilians, any Latino in general, and you need something else. So, yeah.
Would you like to add?
Yeah, sure. I think it's critical, besides being important. According to the last census that came out, Spanish contributed 94% of the state's growth. Just to give you an example. Children under 18 in Spanish grew 33%, while non-Hispanics declined 9%. So that's a clear indication that, Spanish are being used, and B, it's going to be more prevalent in the marketplace. But take a step further. Just think about the Hispanic population in the U.S. It's actually the second largest Spanish-speaking country in the world. The population, if you took all the population out of Canada, it equals the population of the Hispanics in the U.S. To give you a further example. So therefore, you look at Spanish, it's the most spoken language in the entire world. Now, I have to agree that, if you learn more languages than just Spanish, more power to you. But, somebody told me a while back that, just by speaking 2 languages, which is smart. I don't know if that's true or not. But, but I have to say, I'm trilingual too. I don't speak Portuguese though, but I do speak Spanish.
Which is being recognized. I
I was reading the consensus as well, for the census, not consensus. I was reading the census as well, and population has doubled in the last 20 years, and by 2050 they expect 130 million respondents to be in the United States. It's the largest minority group here in Connecticut, along with many other states. Continuing with language, do you use English and Spanish in different settings? I'll say one maybe you get a hey, and another one maybe at home, work.
I do.
With your mom, Novio?
Yes. Yes, I can speak Spanish more at home with my family. And here at work, I speak English predominantly, but if someone calls in college and they're looking for a Spanish speaker, I usually get that phone call as well.
Same here too. Usually a mom who speaks English, more English, but not so much English Spanish. My mom speaks Spanish, and when I home from always Spanish too.
Well, it's our first language. I'm here speaking to you in English, but my brain is going in Spanish. It's reality. I tell people it's almost for the fact that I'm dreaming in 3 languages also. English, Spanish, and sometimes Spanish. So it's constant. It's not.
Yes.
Could we just move the microphone a little bit?
A little
towards that? Yeah.
Thank you.
Sure.
Sorry.
I have 1 or 2 more questions, and I'm going to open it up, okay? What aspects of the Puerto Rican, Dominican, and Peruvian culture do you celebrate regularly here in the United States?
Oh, Dominicans like to party. We
And play baseball.
and play baseball, of course. But we like to celebrate a lot. So any type of festivity, I might have a party at home when I get home because I want to pad later. So we enjoy cooking, we enjoy eating, we enjoy party, music. So that aspect of the Dominican culture is very prevalent in my household.
Peruvian, we like to dance a lot, like to do parties. Something that's very important for our culture is celebrating the birthday at midnight. This year, recently, we celebrated my mom's birthday at midnight. A funny story, we usually leave flowers, the cake, the presents outside the door. And, we're just normal 11:55. Nothing happening here right now. At 12, we bring everything in, and we're like, happy birthday, we eat, we open the presents. This year, the raccoon tried to eat the cake. So, we didn't have a cake this year. We only have flowers and the gift, yes. But we usually, that's something we usually does at midnight.
That raccoon may have been Dominican.
Ulysses, is there anything?
Yeah, we're, part of one of the cultural traits within office managers. We're famous. We have different sayings. One that is Dios quiere, God willing. God willing. Some of the other ones as well, I'll say it in English, but I don't know if I'm going to walk out on the street right now and get run over by a car. So we live for today. It's very crucial that we enjoy every moment of the day. Friendships are very important to us. Relationships are very important. I'm going to keep on talking for a while here. But we're still old school. And what I mean by old school is respect first. We're always taught from a very early age that we must respect people, and more so elders. One of the old Puerto Rican traits is that we have to ask blessing from our parents before we can speak. They don't say that we seal them, they say God bless you, then you can speak. If not, you'll have water, type thing. And so that old school is still there, and it will always be. I have a 10-year-old, and he lives in 3 worlds. I happen to marry a Mexican-American, and they have their own traits too. One of the things is before I could even court her, I had to ask permission from the parents. And when I had to ask Now I went a little further. I had to ask her aunt, her uncle, and grandparents. So, I had to pay for this big dinner, and we're in the 80s here. We don't do these kind of things. It's still exists.
Are there questions from the audience? You may stand up, you may speak loudly.
I'm curious, how do you celebrate a very American holiday like Thanksgiving? Do you bring your own food and cultural traditions into Thanksgiving? Do you celebrate Thanksgiving? What do you do?
Well, one of the things I think Ulysses was saying is the Latin culture, there's a lot of faith in it. So Thanksgiving is a time to reflect and to be thankful for friends and family. So as I grew up, we did have our own foods, rice and beans and roast, pork, and so we had our own foods. We didn't necessarily have turkey, but the idea of Thanksgiving is constant in the Latin culture. So we came together, we celebrated, we had fun. So it's very similar to how an American family would celebrate it, different foods, but the idea is kind of the same.
We never celebrated Thanksgiving. I never did until I came here. My dad's side of the family, they welcomed so much, me and my mom. And my first Thanksgiving was 2007. We went to my cousin's house, and she had a turkey, mashed potatoes. My aunt made pumpkin pie, which is amazing. I never had that before. And yeah, we tried, kind of like an American way. But we never had that to celebrate before. So it's something different, it's something good that we usually like to get together with the family.
We mix it up. We can't do it without the turkey. That has to be there. But take a step further in our culture, at least in my household, we still celebrate the king. Which is a little difficult because the tradition is to get a box and put grass for camels. Similar to cookies and milk, and so come January, where do I get grass from? We normally get so somehow we managed to get through that one. Yeah, that's a tradition that we continue to do. But yeah, there's other holidays too. And if there isn't one, we make up.
There's a common theme.
Yeah.
I celebrate 2 Independence Days. So, February 27th is the Dominican one, and July 4th.
So you celebrate your Saints' Day as well as your birthday?
I'm sorry?
Do you celebrate your Saints' Day as well as your birthday?
No. But I personally don't, but my family does, yeah.
Dr. O'Connell, do you have a question?
Yes, I was wondering, coming into sort of mainstream American culture or U.S. culture, what did you find to be most striking or most different about the contrast between the cultures that you came from and the United States?
Everything. It was just while we were, before we started, I was chatting, and the fact is that Hispanics are going to be the only immigrant that will culturally pronounce similarly. We will take the best of both worlds and make it ours. Because we come from a conservative upbringing and culture, we tend to be more observant of things and try to take, again, don't sound repetitious, take the best of both worlds. So, yeah, to answer your question, yes, most things were from tradition, at least in my case.
It's the same way. You come to a different place, you don't know anybody, you don't know the culture, you don't know how it is in here, and you just try to adapt in here. Like we say, you just try to take the best of both worlds, there's still your water, and just, get it together, and it's a different work.
And there's also perception. Remember that because of history, I don't sound wrong. These Latin countries were almost third world countries in some cases back in 40s, 30s, 40s, 50s. So so we look at Americans as, in some cases, imperialistic. And so that influence was there. Remember that, historically. So we had some perceptions, and some of them were perceptions. So we